Hi everybody, and welcome back to my video. Whether you are watching on YouTube or Rumble, whichever one you happen to be watching this on. So, in this video, I'm going to do a review on Dragon Ball Daima, Episode 15, Third Eye, English dub. Okay, I'm only doing reviews of English dub because I don't know if I can keep up with the sub. Okay, so I have a lot of notes on my phone. Don't know why I'm yawning so much. It can't be because it's so late. It's a little bit late at night. Anyways, I have a lot of I made some notes on my phone. I'm going to be looking at my phone through quite a bit because every time I watch an episode, I pause it and take some notes. So, and then I get to refresh my memory because there's like a 5-day period between me watching and filming. So I watch episodes on Friday, then I film on that following Wednesday. So, yeah, it's a good thing that I do some very simple editing. Okay, so the episode is called Third Eye, and well, I get to that part later on in the episode. The episode picks up where the previous episode left off. Goku's group. By the way, that's what I'm going to call them. The whole clan of them. Goku's group. And that one guy, can't remember what his name is. And, ironically, he's at the center of the main focus of this episode. Okay, so yeah, the one guy that I can't remember what his name is at the focus is at the plot of this episode. Okay, so the enforcers are firing weapons at them, and Goku gets hit. I just realized that in my notes, apparently, hit got autocorrected too hot. I have to edit that, and I wish I would have noticed that before I filmed this video. I did not know that happened. Autocorrect sometimes makes you crazy. So anyways, again, I'm reading off of notes on my phone, which I moved to Google Docs. And my notes is also going to be in the description of this video. Okay? Cool. So, the enforcers, that's what I'm going to call Gomah's guards. Hold on a second. That's what I'm going to call Gomah's guards. Those are his elite guards, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so Gomah's enforcers are firing weapons at them, and Goku gets hit, but it only stuns him for a second. Then Vegeta assumes that he's immune to their weapons. Well, you know how Vegeta is. Oh, these weapons can't affect me. I mean, you know how Vegeta is, right? His tough guy, arrogant attitude. Thinks he's immune to that weapon. And then he gets hit, and needs one of those revival bugs that pretty much acts like a senzu bean. Yeah. Meanwhile, Gomah and Degasu are watching it all unfold. That one guy who picked up Bulma's group before they joined with Goku's group, before they became one, and I'm calling them on Goku's group. So Bulma's group, I'm calling, Bulma herself, of course, Vegeta and Piccolo, and of course that guy who picked him up. I do not remember what his name is. It's been mentioned a few times ever since his first appearance. Even in that episode quite a few times since the plot has to do with him. Well, anyways, that guy right there who picked up Bulma's group has an eye on his belt that catches the attention of Gomah and Degasu. They believe it to be a legendary third eye. Meanwhile, the enforcers retreat because they realize that they are no match for Goku's group. Then Goku's group heads to the first demon world, Tamagami, not knowing that he no longer has the Dragon Ball. So, it's my understanding that there's only 20 episodes, and looky there, that's episode 15. We are about to have the final conflict, the final showdown, if you will. It is about to happen. Less than 5 episodes, well, actually 5 more episodes. If you count the one I'm going to watch on Friday. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, so they head over to the first Demon World Tamagami, not knowing that he no longer has the Dragon Ball. They still don't know because they never. I'll get to that later. Okay, I lost my place. Not knowing that he has. A lookout in a tower spots them coming and alerts security, who are now on their way. Then the narrator gives the backstory of the third eye, which once belonged to Abura. Not really sure if I spelled it correctly. That's Debura's father, and was passed down from Supreme Demon King to Supreme Demon King until Debura arranged to have it stolen, so he could overthrow his father. I left out the word "could" in my notes here. I need to learn to proofread this before I film videos. Alright, let's see. So he. Could. Alrighty. There we go, I made some corrections in my notes because this is going to be the description. Now then. So the narrator gives the backstory, which. Okay, so King Abura was the last Demon King who had it. That's Debura's father. And Debura arranged to have it stolen so he could overthrow his father and become the new Demon King, of course. Then that one guy found it and has had it ever since. Now that one guy, that's the guy who picked up Bulma's group. I do not remember what his name is. Okay, Panzy's father sent him to go pick up Bulma's group. And then, I did not, his name is mentioned, but I did not catch it. Do not remember what his name is. So I'm just going to match that one guy. Okay? He picked up Bulma's group and brought them all there before they met up together, and now I'm calling that whole clan Goku's group. Okay? So, That's the guy who I'm referring to as that one guy. Okay? Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and apparently, the enforcers are called gendarmerie, although I do not know how it's spelled, so I did not have them in the notes. And I guess they're basically sort of like the Demon World's version of a patrol officer or something. Okay. So yeah, the narrator gets the backstory of the third eye. Then Goku's group is about to be attacked again. Then a demon girl tries to seduce that one guy to give her his belt. Okay, so she is trying to make a trade, like for a kiss, which that guy turns her down for the kiss. However, he likes her hat, so they trade. And the girl reluctantly trades her hat for that belt, which has that third eye on it, because apparently that guy and nobody else in Goku's group knows what that eye is and its significance. Okay, so they probably don't care or haven't noticed as of yet anything about it. Okay? So, okay. Now, that demon girl is presumably working with Gomah and Degasu, because they are the ones who saw it. It is unlikely that Aransu seen that belt, as she is only briefly shown in this episode. So she might not know anything about it. Well, at least there's no indication that she does. Okay? Moments later, Panzy's dad arrives with reinforcements while the attackers begin using tanks. So Goku's group begin to look outnumbered because they keep showing up as tanks and firing weapons that will actually hurt them. And then, just when everything looks almost hopeless, Panzy's father arrives with reinforcements to help them. So, yeah. Then they all pretty much get defeated. And Gomah seems to be getting nervous when Goku's group defeats the attackers. This is where this episode ends. Now, I'm going to assume that in an upcoming episode, Gomah is going to use that eye and become really powerful. Because if he's this nervous, then clearly he is not very strong on his own. In fact, the very first episode of Dragon Ball Daima indicates this, as he is afraid of how powerful they are, which is why he wanted Shinron to turn them into kids in the first place. Okay? And that's where the episode ends. Now, something that we do know is that Aransu wants the Dragon Ball for herself to make a selfish wish. So she needs the Dragon Balls for herself. So we don't know if they're going to confront her first or if they're going to end up confronting Gomah. Although, since Gomah seems to be the main villain, it seems like Aransu will be before Gomah. That's what I'm thinking. Because if Gomah is the main villain, Gomah and Senzu needs the Dragon Ball herself. Goku's group already has 2 of the Dragon Balls. She has 1. She does not even need to go bother with Gomah. All she needs is Goku's group. And that's probably about when Glorio will show his true colors. I would be surprised if they end up fighting Gomah before Senzu. And I don't know, maybe that happened at about the same time, pretty close together. Because Senzu has her own selfish reason for one of them, the Dragon Balls. Goku's group, they still don't know that Senzu has the Dragon Ball. They don't know that the Tamagami no longer has the Dragon Ball, and I'm going to assume that they're going to find out in the next episode that I'm going to watch on Friday. Okay, because there's only 5 more episodes left. There's supposed to be 20 episodes. That means 5 episodes left. Okay, so the next episode, they might find out that the Tamagami no longer has the dragon. And I'm going to assume that they're going to confront Senzu before they confront Gomah. I would be surprised if they do that the other way around, since Gomah is the main villain, and it's very likely that the third eye is going to make him very powerful. Of course, that's also a pretty bad weakness too. Like, it seems like you just knock that third eye or get rid of it or something other. So yeah, that is my thoughts on this episode. It's not a bad episode so far. The plot is interesting. Once I am done with the whole thing, I give my thoughts on the overall. Yeah, I'm gonna give my overall thoughts on the entire series, the entire thing. Which will probably be like a week after that. I mean, after the last episode of English dub airs, which apparently is going to be in 4 weeks, because this Friday is going to be episode 16. So, yeah, I'll probably be close to the end of May.